Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Hedera and HBAR, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. Right now, let me refresh the market, make sure everything is up to date, because I know that we have been pulling back a little bit at the current moment in time. I know that HBAR on the daily was one that was actually moving pretty nice. So yeah, we're still in a green, just slightly, nothing too crazy. But we were sitting at about like roughly 7.5 cents just recently. I know that it has been making some nice moves over the last 7 days. As you guys do see, like we kind of keep hitting about like around roughly the 7 cent zone, making lower highs, as you guys do see, as we come down to test yet again another low under 7 cents. Honestly, a lot of people have been saying and speculating that HBAR is actually about to take off due to how much demand there is for like NFTs on Hedera, which yes, we will discuss that in this video as well. But as you guys do see, like trading volume is up about 180%. You love to see that. I know that a lot of people have been getting a little bit excited about the ecosystem. I know that a lot of people have been also watching my videos and saying like a lot of the news that we are seeing is very exciting, especially like going forward this year and even in like 2023 plus, because again, like all of this stuff that we have been talking about, like the NFTs, the ecosystem development and growth, like all of that, I know that like at the current moment in time isn't like accounting for price action, but it will account for price action, once we do see like, some stabilization happening within this market, which yes, I do think that we are very close to, if not, we have seen the bottom within this market. So like kind of going forward, like yes, we do have to endure like the pain of like Bitcoin having these volatile swings up and down, but we will see like stabilization happen within this market. Now, also with HBAR having some nice volume in and us like kind of moving up around like the 7 cent zone, we have been making some news around the world. For an example, from Lunar Crush, we do see Hedera Hashgraph is the coin of the day on Lunar Crush. Galaxy scored 52 out of 100, alt rank number 4 out of 3,815. And of course, you do see the social activity here in terms of like contributors, dominance, and engagements, roughly up like 26%, 80%, and of course 25%. You love to see it. Again, like I said, Hedera has been making some major strides, going, even back a few days ago. In the last couple weeks, we have been making some huge news. For an example, I do have this open here in another tab, VP Sustainability and ESG, Geisenberger, West, getting, ready to drop knowledge about the HBAR Foundation Sustainable Impact Fund, SIF, and Hedera, the home of, the sustainability economy. And yeah, I think that this is an area to focus on. I think that a lot of people think like ESGs and like carbon credits and carbon offsets and stuff is like a scam. I want you guys to understand like what isn't a scam. Like look at fiat cash. Like you are literally trying to save cash in your bank account while the Fed is like aimlessly printing it for free. Like think about how idiotic and how big of a scam just money itself actually is. Everyday life, massive scam. You go to work, you're working at this job that was basically created by somebody else. You're working on, an hour to minute time base, which again is all created. Like everything that we do on a day-to-day basis is one big scam. So to just call ESGs, carbon credits, carbon offsets all, a scam, you're basically fighting, a fight that's, unwinnable. So to me personally, like all of this is great. ESGs are great. Carbon credits are great. Sustainability is great because all of it is being spotlighted on and, it's being pushed majorly by government entities, and Hedera being ahead of the curve is something to celebrate. And I think that's actually a great area to also focus on. Now, of course, like this is just one of many. There's been, massive announcements. We've been seeing development announcements, HBAR, NFT announcements, as you guys do see down here. How long until we reach 50 million total volume from, Zeus Market? And honestly, I have been keeping a close eye out on the, total volume being transacted on Zeus Market, and I would say that we're going to probably see 50 million HBAR transacted fully on Zeus Market by around like the end of the year. As you guys do see, like there's so much traffic on, Zeus that it's been slow the last couple days. I would say like the demand is rising greatly. Like we're already at 26.5 million HBAR transacted. This was just posted on the 23rd, 2 days ago now, almost 3 days ago now fully, where we were sitting at 25.3. So you can definitely see the demand growing around, HBAR NFTs. Development wise, like we've been seeing major, development happening around like some of the dApps on, Hedera as well. Like Hashpack has been updating their app on a daily basis. We've been seeing some strides coming from like Galaxy, and like this is just like the bare minimum. Like we've been seeing so much, being, really kind of pushed through Hedera in terms of development updates, updates in general, adoption. It's something special, really. And also, we do see over here the new multi-city outdoor art exhibition, utilizing distributed Hedera Ledger technology to, fight plastic pollution, plastic-free July. Here you guys have it, a little bit more of sustainability approaches happening on Hedera. And here you guys do see it down here. I think that this is great, especially to really kind of onboard a lot more individuals into like the NFT sector that have had their own viewpoints on like sustainability. I've actually been talking to a few artists that I personally know to get into the Hedera NFT sector that are like more so kind of focused on like sustainability and like the green environment. Because again, like this is the perfect way to not only get into like NFTs, but also just to kind of be an artist within like the NFT sector, or like maybe they're not in the NFT sector, right? That want to get into it and just don't know how. Like Hedera is like the easiest way to, not only jump in, but also think about it like this. And this is coming from like an artist viewpoint as well. A lot of artists are actually struggling to make a livable wage year over year. So for them to actually mint NFTs on something like, Ethereum, it's extremely, costly. So to kind of utilize something like Hedera, where you are, minting for like $1, and like after that it's like fractions of a cent, that's a huge game changer, especially for a lot of artists out there that don't have, $300 to pay for gas fees, or, who knows how much it is now. I know that like when I opened an OpenSea account, like I had to pay like over $300 plus to mint like NFTs, which was just absolutely ridiculous. And of course, over here we do see here minting a 10K Hedera NFT collection on the carbon negative Hedera network always costs about $76.80 due to the nature of Hedera's fixed fees. Brady breaks down how down here. And here you guys do have it, like a lot of questions lately about the cost of minting 10K, NFT, collection on Hedera for $76.80. And once you, clear the air, $1, token create $1. About like almost 8 cents for token mint for 10 NFTs. And then we do see down here, like, for 1,000 transactions equals about $75.80. Total cost would be about $76.80. And you guys do see like the full breakdown here and the statistics around it, from like, the non-fungible token, creation to just like the entire process. You can see it all down here, like labeled out. And yeah, this is a great way to not only onboard like a ton of artists, but also generate a ton of sales. I think that that's why like Zeus has been blowing up recently, is just because of the efficiencies around the NFTs on Hedera. I think that going forward, like now we are seeing a ton of volume, right? Just imagine when we are at the height of the bull run again, and like when the cycle is just beginning and hype is, flowing in. Like just imagine the amount of volume and the amount of individuals that are going to be pushing into like the Hedera sector around NFTs alone. It's going to be something special. I do think that, HBAR NFTs going forward are going to be the big thing. And we also do see over here from Zeus Market, again, they are really kind of looking at the NFT market and how large of the volume has been, really kind of being pushed through things like Hedera, for example. Algorand had, 174% increase, as you guys do see, sitting at about $160,000. But we do see Hedera, almost competing with Avalanche at about roughly 32.7K, up about 25.36% on the 24-hour volume metrics. And yeah, I look forward to the days where like, Hedera sitting at like number 3 with $600,000 worth, or maybe even at number 2 with like almost $1.5 million worth. Like that's going to be a monumental time. But we have been, really kind of moving up in the ranks. We've been making some major, I would say like recently the milestones that we've been achieving is something special. And it's been like day in and day out, like not only announcement wise, but like milestones and goals. It's something remarkable. And also from like the HBAR Foundation, they do really kind of take a step back and look at all the dApps building out on Hedera with the funding that they have, released. We actually do see here you can learn about, some of the projects fueling the Hedera heat wave in this thread and the teams that pitched. First off, we do see like Galaxy, right? Galaxy has been, really kind of building out a massive, creator economy within the Web3 sector. I look forward to that use case, and I have been looking forward to that use case since the first time that I actually heard about it because, again, I think that the creator economy is so ripe for disruption and decentralization itself. I think that that is going to be such a large market. I think that a lot of individuals are actually overlooking it and even just like, kind of thinking about it in an underwhelming sort of, standard. Because again, I've always said like decentralization within the creator economy itself is also going to be a very large market simply because it's giving back power to the people. It's giving, power to like creators to not only incentivize their, watchers and their fans, but it also really kind of helps build out, an intimate connection between like a creator and the fan themselves by not only giving out, incentives, but also, giving back to their, fans that have, been there since day one. Like I actually look forward to, not only having like, my own like decentralized sort of creator economy where I can incentivize individuals that continue to watch my content and also, digest it, but also just give back. It's in general. I think that that is such a great way to really kind of go about things. And we actually do see up here like empowering creators to directly engage with their fans and remove the extra I can't even talk right now. Extortionate fees charged by current creator, platforms. Which yes, there is major issues with that. I also do think that like YouTube, it doesn't really kind of give a good base point on like connecting with audiences. Like they always do like these member only sort of things. I just don't really care to do that. I would like to like engage with a lot of you a lot more. That's why I do sometimes like when I do live streams, I just kind of chill there for like 30 minutes, just kind of chatting with you guys because it's something like so diverse and something so different to me. That not only helps build out a connection between me and you guys, but it also helps me like really kind of answer your guys' questions because there's a ton of them. But we also do see like Hashpack app, Meta Wizards as well, with like a few other P2E games and stuff like that. And then we also do see down here Stater Labs, lovely projects by the way, and we do see down here like the Rescue project. The team behind like Conscious Films are creating an NFT project and game for social good. We also do see down here like Zimbali, networks. There's so many of them. Siki. A lot of these are like Web3 driven as well, like Vavel, Verse. Again, a lot of these are just kind of centered around like the Web3 gaming economies and the Web3 NFT economies and like creator economies, but it's all powering such a major shift within this like not only in this market but also just like in general. I think that we need to get, away from centralized entities. I think for the longest time, these centralized entities have been getting rich off of our data, selling our data, utilizing our time and our money just to kind of fill their pockets. Like I look forward to the day where everything is fully, decentralized. And, I think that that's going to be such a pivotal moment in time, not only for like just a typical retail individual, but also for like even corporations as well. I think that these, centralized corporations could also benefit from, being fully decentralized. But I don't know. I mean, I really do think that the Web3 space is going to be something special when we have like, GC, consensus, mechanism similar to like what Hedera has, where there's a ton of GC members, but it's fully decentralized because they are all diverse, industries that are really kind of sitting on that GC. I think that that's like the number one, biggest misconception around like Hedera being centralized. Everybody looks at like all of the companies that are on like the GC, but they're all diverse in their own nature, so they all have different viewpoints, outlooks. So it kind of makes it fully, decentralized still, even though there is centralized entities on the GC, list. So, yeah, with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As those that you all have a beautiful day, a beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.